Thought Cops! Woo! Woo! Welcome! Look out, crime! Look out, thought crimes! It's time for the Thought Cops. I'm your host, Asterios Kokkinos. With me, as always, is Officer Grant and Officer Kevin.
Jesus!
Hello.
Woo! Woo! First crime. No, they're not rolling. God, that's a 5-cop penalty. You guys, that's it. We might have to demote you to thought crooks. Okay. All right, hold on. I'll hit stop. All right, I'm rolling. But I mean, you don't have to. Look, it's your show. Honestly, you tell me when to go.
Oh, thank you.
I think you
actually
guys are cool.
I don't know if you're cool with it, Kevin, but if you want to have Asterios do the intro, that might be
funny. No. You do a regular.
It's not mine to give out, but if Kevin will like to give it out,
that's God. You're right. It's not yours to give out.
I was saying for an idea. I was pitching an idea.
It's a crazy idea.
Make him away, Ty.
The only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
And coming to you remotely from lockdown mode, I'm Officer Grant.
So we are in the midst of a pandemic. We are in the middle of shelter in place. So this is, aside from the Japan episode, this is the only episode we've recorded where we haven't been in the same room. Now, I don't know how I can read Grant's many facial expressions, all three of them.
I'm not making any.
I know. I kind of figured.
I guess that's all three.
So we
what are the facial expressions? What are they? You said there were three of them.
Yes, three. I'm thinking perturbed, annoyed, and irritated.
You're forgetting neutral.
True, neutral. I'm sorry, 4. I owe you that much. My apologies.
Thank you.
But without further ado, let's get on with the show. Let's give a quick thank you to our guest from last week. Guests, I should say. Garrett Hunter and Brian Abu Chakra of Mega 64. Thank you. That was a great episode. That was a beefy one.
It was a behemoth. It was a monolith. It was a whatever lith moth. It was large. It was big.
Gotcha.
What?
I said gotcha.
What?
You know, this wouldn't make any sense in person either. So let's just move right along and let's thank our guest. This guest is no stranger to Thought Cops.
I'm not.
This guest has been a huge part of our legacy. We did our first ever live show with him. He's been on the show, 4, 5, 6 times now. Who knows? A lot of times. And they were all great times. And get ready to have the time of your life tonight, because returning once again, we have Asterios Kokkinos. What's up?
Hi, hey, Thought Cops, how you doing?
Great, man. How the hell are you? How you holding up out there in New York City, the cradle of Corona?
I'm fine. What, is something going on?
Yeah, man. I hear it's rough out there. The virus, the bugs getting out there.
Wait, you mean AIDS? Yes. It's a big problem, obviously. And we all need to come together and sing songs about it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty ship shape. I'm actually I'm calling you from a cruise ship right now.
Choo choo! Very nice, man. Where are you headed? Wuhan?
We're going from Wuhan to Italy, and it's a lot of fun. I'm doing a lot of body shots off people. Oh, hello, woo! Strangers. Let's party.
Spring break!
This makes so much sense.
I'm actually going on a tour with like my kind of like fun prank group, the Doorknob Lickers.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah,
I'm subscribed to their
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We're on Vimeo. We're the biggest thing on Vimeo. I'll tell you that right now. Daily Motion, #1 with a bullet, and like we'll lick your doorknobs, and like then we'll send you like we'll send you pictures in the mail, and it's like you got doorknob licked by the Doorknob Lickers, and so we're having a lot of fun.
You guys doing the toilet bowl licking?
Could you please let the man cough?
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, actually, if you subscribe to our premium content on Drip, it's called Drip because like they drip in funding. It's GoFundMe's monthly content subscription service, Drip. So if you subscribe to us at drip.com/doorknoblickers, we're licking toilets. We really love licking liberals' tears.
Delicious.
Just any kind of bodily fluid we can get into our mouths, as we call them. And we are, of course, America's only septuagenarian comedy troupe on Daily Motion. I'm kind of the young one of the group, but the rest of us are 80-year-old men. We love smoking cigarettes and smoking people without pranks. The Doorknob Lickers.
I'm basically willing to believe that this is 100% real based on how you pitched it.
Of course it's real, baby. You can't lie on the internet. That's illegal.
Right. I'm sorry. I should know better as an officer of the internet law.
Yes, you should.
So, Asterios.
Yes.
When you're not out there licking doorknobs or whatever the hell you're doing, you're creating all kinds of crazy content. Why don't you lay it out for us, man? The Asterios Podcast Factory.
Yes. We renamed it the Asterios and Srirancha Podcast Emporium.
It's an Emporium now.
It's an Emporium now because it's like
Important distinction.
Oh, yes, obviously. We know where the money is, and it's in Srirancha. And so we at patreon.com/Asterios have sort of like refocused and re-diverted. It's kind of like this. With Family Matters, we all know that Urkel wasn't supposed to be a recurring character, right? You guys know that story.
I do. Okay,
can you tell it real quick?
Urkel wasn't supposed to be a recurring character in Family Matters.
Keep going. Now layer it out with detail.
No, that's it. That's
not
the extent of my knowledge.
So he's just the first episode villain. Urkel is.
He was a breakout character.
But he was just he wasn't supposed to be the star. So in episodes 2 through 7, there's no Urkel because they're still shooting the show. It's not like they had Twitter back then, and it's like, oh shit. Urkel's taking off. And everyone's going, where's Urkel? We need our Urkel. And then all of a sudden, now it's the Urkel show. That's kind of what happened with Srirancha. It's just like America fell in love, and who are we to deny them?
So would you say that while she was intended as a minor character, she became very popular for her oddball antics?
It's not very progressive of you.
Yeah, you goddamn racist. How dare you? Wait, is that what he was?
She soon became a recurring character and joined the main cast, beginning with the season 2 premiere.
Are you just reading the Family Matters Wikipedia page?
Family Matters co-creator Michael Warren named the character after his friend, writer, and director Steve Urkel.
Exactly. And then that guy couldn't cash checks for like 15 years because he would go to the bank and he would try to cash a check to Steve Urkel and they'd be like, did I reject that?
Oh my God.
Sorry, you can't have your cheese. Cheese means money. And he'd be like, I've been coming to this bank for 20 years. You know me. And they would be like, get out of here, you fucking nerd. We hate you now. You've been stalking Laura. You leave Laura Winslow alone. No means no. One day we'll have a movement where everyone who's been harassed by someone like you can be listened to too.
Did you guys know that Family Matters and Full House and Step by Step and all of those TV shows had the same theme song writer? Do you all know that?
I mean, it kind of makes sense to me. I mean, think about it. I feel like Jimmy Fallon could do one of those songs where it's like these all sound the same. Step by step, day by day,
everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
That was great.
So we got some show news.
Okay.
You know what? We're all cooped up.
Right.
We're going loco. We're going cuckoo.
They were also in the same shared universe. Did you know that? Because Urkel took a rocket pack all the way to visit Step by Step. And Urkel also visited the Full house. He and Kimmy Gibbler got along pretty well. They're both wacky neighbors. Even Urkel found Kimmy Gibbler annoying. And of course, we all know that Harriet Winslow started out as a bank teller. Speaking of banks that won't cash Steve Urkel's checks, started out as a bank teller in Perfect Strangers. Huh?
Did you ever hear? Did you ever hear Kevin's theory about the character? Ray Romano, the character that Ray Romano played.
The actor Ray Romano plays the character.
Ray Barone extended universe.
It's not exactly a theory. Like, Google the character on Wikipedia, Ray Barone. He exists in 7 or 8 different TV universes. Like, he'll show up in King of Queens. He'll show up in The Nanny,
The Cosby Show.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy. I would love to see Ray Barone and Steve Urkel, sort of meet up and do some bits.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what that would sound like, real quick. It would be like, hey there, Ray Barino. I've got myself a Ray bot for you. And then Ray would be like, Ray Barone. Because remember, he can only say his name since he's a Pokemon, so he can only say his own name. And then Urkel would be like, I gotta go, Ray Barone. I got a hot date with Laura. And by hot date with, I mean I'm going to stalk her. And that's funny in the 90s. And he'd be like, Ray Barone. And then Robert would go, everybody loves Raymond. And it's like, of course they do. He's adorable. Why was that even what did Robert think he even had to offer? We're like, Robert's like, everybody loves Raymond. It's like, yeah, he doesn't talk like Frankenstein and mope around all the time. Like, he puts effort into relationships. Robert just wants things handed to him. True or false?
I mean, he was a cop, right? He was a cop. He had a 5 out of 10 girlfriend. That was pretty good. He did well for himself.
Yeah, but everybody didn't love him. Could we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Nico in the chat says John Munch from SVU he's in even more shows, and apparently he links together in the same universe Arrested Development and Sesame Street.
That's true, because Detective Munch was in the Sesame Street primetime 50th anniversary special. He helped break a door down that Big Bird was trapped behind. And he plays Detective Munch in Arrested Development. I think they help wire up one of the guys to go undercover. Detective Munch was in SVU. He was in Homicide Life on the Street. He was in the UPN show The Beat. Detective Munch, he's been in a lot of shows.
Who else has been in a lot of shows?
You can subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/thoughtcops.
Right.
We're streaming almost every single day.
Uh-huh.
We've been streaming some Mario Maker, people sending us their Mario Maker levels. Grant, Nico, and I streamed for 6.5 hours this weekend playing a bunch of different GameCube games.
Yeah.
And then analyzing some of our favorite classic jokes from Family Guy.
Oh, God.
Wait, can we analyze one now? Because this is what I was thinking while I was in the toilet taking a massive dump. I was going I can't believe at some point I thought Family Guy was good.
Right.
Yeah, we all feel you.
I was trying today to figure out, like, what did I see in Family Guy?
Yeah.
All right, what are some of the jokes we tried to take apart?
The main one we were trying to focus on was there is this cutaway gag where I think it was Peter was hungover and he wakes up and he's like, oh, I haven't felt this bad since the time I took that field trip to the museum. And then he's like, he goes up to the museum curator and he goes, why did all the dinosaurs die out? And then he turns around and he goes, because you touch yourself at night.
Oh, that's right.
And we were
arguing about the delivery, about whether or not he said it like angrily or sternly or sort of abruptly or possibly just, like forcefully.
You were saying, the way that you described it, you went, because you touch yourself at night. And I was like, that is absolutely not true.
This is the worst content. This was the worst content on Twitch, and now we've dredged it into the podcast.
No, if you don't mind me saying, he did say it angrily. He goes, because you touch yourself at night. Like,
no,
he was like very
YouTube
mad.
the clip.
Yes,
look up Cutaway Guy on YouTube. It's a channel that has all your favorite Family Guy cutaways. And
wait, are you serious? There's a Cutaway Guy channel on what? I need to know.
I will say he delivers the last word of that line with a sense of anger. He says the rest of it very even keel. Okay. And then when he says night, he says it angry. He goes, because you touch yourself at night. Okay, not even that angry.
Is he making a facial expression? Don't forget, faces often have clues to how people feel inside.
Yeah, we analyzed that too. We said that his eyes were a half circle. His mouth turned angry and his eyes arched, but only for the last word or two.
Well, that's where the money is.
Joseph in the chat says that he wants to kill himself. I'm going to drop the link to this in the chat so we can all watch it.
We're about, a week and a half into shelter in place, and this is where we're at. Not too great.
Y'all brought it up. I didn't want to talk about this. Now we have to talk about it.
I haven't felt this crappy since the time I went to that museum. Why did all the dinosaurs die out?
Because you touch yourself at night.
Yeah, see, his eyebrows are arched. He's squinting. He's very angry when he's telling Peter that he touches himself at night.
Halfway through the sentence. His face is not angry during the whole line, Lakembra. Lakembra's in the chat talking shit.
Okay, but think about this for a second. Like, why did the dinosaurs die out? Because you touch yourself at night. Like, this isn't a good thing. The dinosaurs died out. That's bad.
Yes.
Like, it's a bad thing, and Peter did a bad thing, and it's all bad.
I mean, he doesn't look happy to hear it either. When he's Peter does look at the ground disappointed after receiving the information.
Kevin, but between your Ray Barone extended universe conspiracy and your JFK-like assassination breakdown of this clip, you should try and see if you can get an interview on InfoWars. I think they'd like you over there.
I mean, if Alex wants to talk Family Guy cutaways, I'm his guy.
I had an idea today for an all-new podcast called I don't know the name of it yet, but like let's just call it like Decoding the Simpsons for a second.
Right.
And I realized there's all these things I only know because they were referenced on The Simpsons. For example, you could call me Ray, and you could call me Jay, and you could call me Ray J, and you could call me Ray J. It's like, I know that because on The Simpsons they talked about Ray J. Johnston on the Gabbo episode. But I don't know what they're fucking talking about at all. Do you guys have any moments like that with The Simpsons?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, so many older movies I've gone back and watched as an adult. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember when they parodied this on The Simpsons.
Yeah, a lot of like Kubrick films and stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's where that's from. And this is why I didn't understand it until I was older.
Yeah, there's a lot of like Steve Allen talk on The Simpsons where he's like, oh, twinkle, twinkle, groovy cat. How I wonder where you're at. And it's like, who is Steve Allen? Who are you? And it's not like they only referenced Steve Allen one time. They referenced him multiple times. I think Steve Allen like helps them destroy the giant monster in the Just Don't Look song. And this guy must have been vitally important to our culture at one point. I have no idea who the fuck he is.
Yeah, I still have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. He said there's 19 episodes of The Simpsons that are based entirely on knowing the Steve Allen canon. And I still watch them and I still laugh. So that's my new podcast, Decoding The Simpsons. I thought of it today on the toilet when I was thinking about Family Guy. You know the episode I was thinking about? The one with the Black Knight. As a kid, I thought that was the funniest thing.
Oh,
and
yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, and what's his name being Death? The Norm Macdonald. Well, eventually it was Adam Carolla, but originally it was Norm Macdonald. And I remember when Family Guy was canceled, I got sad. And then when it came back, I was like, oh, yay, they saved Family Guy's back. And it's like, now it's like poison to me.
Yeah.
It's strange, kids. It's strange.
We've talked about this a lot, and maybe it's not even worth getting into, but have you seen the episode where Peter fights Donald Trump? There's a full episode.
No.
You should watch it.
It's a full episode?
It's a full episode. Peter works for Donald Trump in the White House. It's real.
Does it turn out that they become best friends because they're both kind of just like middle intelligence, like schlubby fat guys?
Oh no.
No, not really. But that's the writers showing their bias. Because I genuinely think Peter Griffin and Donald Trump would get along. Like, they both hate fat chicks. Remember the classic Peter Griffin no fat chicks cardboard cutout that could be seen in every single Zanies and Spencer's Gifts? And all my friends in middle school that wore that T-shirt with him on it.
This is what it's like they would get along. They both hate fat chicks. They both watch a lot of TV. They love McDonald's. They don't want to work too hard. And they're loudmouths that think they're right about everything, but they're stupid. They should have become best friends. Wait, but what happens to them?
Well, we don't want to spoil it too much, but you can donate to us at patreon.com/thoughtcops. We'll be reviewing the episode on our next episode of Fire Bros, along with a few other things. So we'll take a deep dive into the Family Guy Donald Trump episode. You can hear our thoughts and further analyses on the subject there.
Wait, can I come on that episode?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to watch.
You got to watch it, though. I mean, that's
you got to watch it.
Well, now, see, the thing is, I can't watch it just for nothing because that means I'm sad. But if I'm watching it for content, okay, I like this.
Everything's
nice
content,
loophole.
man.
Yeah, that's why I'm sober for a year, because of content. Because I lost a bet on a podcast that's not even around anymore, but I bet for a year that if we could double our audience, I wouldn't drink for a year, and then we quintupled our audience, and now I got to be sober for a year like an asshole.
Sucks. Well, we're still in the show news segment. I was on an episode of The Drunken Peasants. We'll link to it on the show. Kevin was on an episode of Not for Human Consumption. We'll link to it on the show notes. I was on the Big Time Garbage stream, which crashed spectacularly once I got on.
Oh, no.
And, that's it. That's it for this week.
Those guys have been going hard.
Every day they've been streaming,
Mercer, Him and his crew at Big Time Garbage have been streaming every single night on Twitch, and we pop it on there periodically, too.
Yep. So check all that out. We'll put it in the description.
Hey, why not, Move right along here. Let's go right along to the next part of the show.
Right.
Because the show is in parts, let's be honest. 2 minutes of hate. This is, of course, where we like to blanket punish all these irritating things that we see on the internet. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit. What else, Fran? Name one more. I can't think of another one.
Tumblr. Stormfront.
That was one too many, and it was also...
Oh.
You kind of revealed
shit
a little bit about your history, your browser history.
Damn it.
Right. But anyway, I digress.
Right. Anyway,
we're here to air it out. because I think a lot of people are very lonely at the moment from being shut inside because of this virus going around, spending a lot more time online, and by extension, getting a lot angrier because of all the stuff they see. On the subject, my 2 minutes of hate this week is catching the virus to trigger people.
It's pretty good.
This is good. People are on Twitter expressing a lot of disdain for what's happening. I get it. People are frustrated. You know, it's a very weird time we're living in. And I have seen a number of people who, you know, it's kind of like this comedy group, the Doorknob Lickers I was hearing about earlier.
Right.
People are taking
those
videos.
Monsters?
These absolute demons are taking videos of themselves licking toilet seats and doorknobs and all this other stuff as a prank or a dare or a political statement. Right. And they're saying no.
Sometimes all of the above.
So yeah, very commonly, just fit it all in one big fat stupid prank that gets me extremely sick. So but yeah, most of these people who did this stupid shit are ending up with coronavirus, testing positive, or worse off, not even knowing it and spreading it to everybody else because, TikTok demands it. So if you catch the virus to trigger people, God, I mean, the obvious thing here, would be getting the virus, spreading it to your loved ones, which, that would just happen by extension.
Right.
But I would say if you catch the virus to trigger people,
you should have to wear one of those fucking bubble boy bubbles. You should walk around and you have to be the bubble boy now.
It says moops.
Yep, that's one of the references.
Can you
do another one?
Can you give us any other bubble boy references? For example, hey, Mr. Carter, I didn't do my homework today because I'm trapped in the bubble. Oh, hey, that's right. Bet you didn't know that the boy in the plastic bubble was me. This guy from the Welcome Back, Carter. Oh.
That's Steve Urkel?
Yes. And you wonder why I can't cash his checks? Because he wouldn't ever let them leave his bubble. He'd be like, why can't you cash it? They'd be like, you have to hand it to us. He'd be like, my bubble, no. No one will pierce my precious bubble. So, he was weird.
Right, I remember that episode.
Yeah.
Asterios, did you have a 2 minutes of hate? Something bugging you? You've been spending a lot of time cooped up. You want to let off your chest?
Oh, yeah. It bothers me that I found out that, so for a long time, I'd be like, the reason I overeat is because they have all these snacks at work. It's always someone's birthday at work. There's candy bowls at work. One time, literally at work, and a couple of weeks ago, a brand new ice cream company sent us 6. They're like, here's 6 exclusive flavors of ice cream that the public doesn't have yet. Go nuts. At work, they were doing this thing where someone brought in a gun that put your coworker's face on a cookie. And then there were all these coworkers' face cookies everywhere. So the whole time I'm thinking the reason I'm overeating is because there's all this food around. That's why. And now I'm fucking quarantined and I have to work from home and I'm still overeating. And it's kind of maybe this is a me problem. So I guess the thing I hate about, I guess my 2 minutes of hate is unfortunate self-realizations that maybe you, not the world, are the problem.
And that honestly usually isn't the case.
Yeah.
Almost never in my case.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, it's not me, it's the world. The world is wrong. Could it be me? No. It's everybody else.
Yeah, so that sucks. So I'm upset about that. We bought $150 worth of Amy's burritos, and I'm just smoking them like cigarettes. It's just the moment one burrito is done, there's another one in the microwave ready to fucking go. Oh, and by the way, they have enough sodium in them to kill a horse. But I just can't stop. Oh,
you're confusing horses with slugs, I think.
Okay, no, hold on. Let's think about this for a second. Horses are the ones that leave the slimy trails. And then slugs are the ones that girls are in love with.
Yeah.
No,
when you're drinking Slurm, it's always a party.
That's exactly wham wham wazzle. That's exactly right, boys.
And every class had a slug girl. I almost said the real one. Oops. Anyway, Asterios, this is your chance to punish, I guess, yourself or the world or, whatever you see fit.
Now I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm writing down everything I eat on a whiteboard here. That whiteboard used to be filled with fun date ideas, but that's out the window now. So what did I eat today? Oh, God. A Boston cream donut. Where did I even find one of those? I must have gone into my emergency donuts last night at 5 in the morning. Okay.
You have emergency donuts?
Yeah. And now who's the stupid one? Because there's a fucking emergency. Yeah. Now who's a dummy, huh? Huh?
I guess the answer is me. I don't have emergency donuts.
You don't have emergency donuts.
That's a good point.
I mean, think about it. There's nothing natural about them. They can't rot. They don't have organic components. They're the perfect emergency food.
Right.
Grant, what's your 2 minutes of hate?
My 2 minutes of hate is this is going to be a broad stroke of a 2 minutes, but celebrities. It's why do we care what they're doing?
Because they're just like us.
They're just like us.
They're not just like us. Okay, they're better.
Sometimes they pick up their own dry cleaning.
They're better than us, and they know it, and yet they pretend to be just like us. And I got an issue with that. I got a big issue with that. They're sitting in their fucking mansions, bathing themselves in just $1,000 bills or whatever you do when you're, a rich celebrity. Living in the house from the movie Parasite, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I ate a pizza today. I'm just like you. Oh, I didn't wear makeup today. I'm just like you. Oh, I sat on the couch and I watched all of BoJack Horseman today. Oh, just like you. I'm just like you. You're not just like me.
I prefer if they be quiet.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you shut the fuck up. How about that? Singing that Imagine song, talking about every time someone gets fucking infected by the coronavirus, we find out about it. Whether or not it's Tom Hanks or Idris Elba or Kathy Griffin thinks she has it, but she can't get a test. Oh, my dad can't get a test, and he has a cough, and he's 73 years old. So what makes you special, Kathy Griffin? Huh?
Well, I mean, she was on Suddenly Susan. That's what makes her special.
How do you have this encyclopedia-based knowledge of every television show in your head?
These are just very basic facts that most people know.
It's astounding.
Well, I mean...
Street Smarts.
Yeah, which, of course, was a TV show on NBC.
Good God.
I'm not kidding. Look it up. Street Smarts. I'll look it up right now. It was about a young African-American man and a Caucasian man, and they were friends. And remember, in the 90s, that counted as a premise. It was just whoa, what if they were what? You'll have to tune in to find out how this goes.
Sounds wacky. Yeah, so I guess my punishment would be, I don't know, just throw them out. You know what? I think that celebrities should have to live, in my apartment, not with me, but in an apartment that's much like mine. And they have to deal with, every couple years you get a fucking cockroach infestation. Or you get a rat that somehow came through one of the chimneys. Or, the bathtub clogs up every 8 months. Or, the walls are just sort of falling apart. Or, any of that.
Do you live in a haunted house? Maybe that's the problem. When the walls are bleeding and you look in the mirror 1 second and you're fine and you turn away, you look in the mirror, there's a ghost child in the background.
Right.
The candles are dripping blood.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Celebrities should have to deal with that. What are they going to do? TikTok about it? I don't think so.
Sounds scary, man.
Yeah, well... That's all I got.
Well, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often unusual punishment. Slow week for the news, huh? Just kidding.
Kinda.
Let's see.
Compared to last week, I feel like we had a ton of stories last week, and then it just sort of, we front loaded too much, and now it's now the backload's a little light. But nonetheless, there are stories, and we will get to them.
Let's talk about this. New York City declares war on rim jobs.
Oh yeah, we did that.
So, Asterios, you have that whiteboard behind you where you're writing all the food. Now you're legally mandated to erase ass from the whiteboard. How do you feel about that?
Oh!
Well, what is it? New York put out a piece of paper listing like all the sex you're allowed to have and all the sex you're not allowed to have. And some of it was, they were like, look, just keep sex to 3. 3 people and that's it. I kind of like that they're like, well, we can't be monsters. All right, thruples, but they also ask that, like, you pick a third and, like, that's your thruple third. They don't mean, like, switch out the third person each time. Like, New York City wants us to have sex with people we know, and it wants us to have sex with the same people for the duration of the crisis. And it's kind of like, what, and give up my humanity? Anonymous sex with strangers is what makes me who I am. But, I guess that's a sacrifice we got to make to keep grandma and grandpa alive, am I right?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Wait, you guys have the piece of paper. You read the paper.
I got one of the pieces of paper. This is from the New York Post. The city's health agency issued graphic guidelines for safe sex practices during the coronavirus pandemic Saturday, and while many were quick to take jabs at the agency for labeling masturbation safer than sex with a partner, which, I mean, whatever, skip over that. Most missed the backdoor rim shot. That's what they wrote in the New York Post. They missed the rim shot. People at the New York City Health Department are saying that rimming, is bad. You can transmit the virus that way, and not to do it.
It's a lot of sarcastic quotes in this article.
It's the New York Post. It's horrifically written. It's bad. I hate it. I don't like it. It's not good. Not good journalism. Bad.
Yeah, every pull quote here is like, oh yeah, real funny, real important advice. And it's like, yeah, clearly this doesn't apply to you. Or maybe it does.
I don't know. That's what millennials do nowadays, though, right? Millennials all eat ass and watch Netflix, and they're all on a Netflix.
Hey, Graham, what'd you have for lunch today?
Ass. What about you?
I had a sandwich, and I took a picture of it, and I put it on Instagram. Because that's what people in my age group do.
Ah, it's good. What are you, a boomer? I don't know what else to add to this story. Yeah, every time there's this big wave of silence, I'm not sure if everyone's audio is going out or not.
No, we're here.
No, I'm stepping out of the way. Because it's like sometimes I come on this show and it's just too much. So I'm just cutting. I'm just giving you guys a wide berth.
No, it's never too much, Asterios. That's why we ask you on.
So my punishment would be, Grant, do me a favor, if you would. Would you mind spinning that wheel next to you?
Oh, I can spin the wheel.
And let me know what it lands on.
Right.
What does it spin again?
It landed on, no, not spin again. Not this time. It landed on the monkey paw.
Monkey paw. Be careful what you wish for. Ooh, that's actually a very good prompt, because I think that everybody in New York City should lose their asshole.
You think they should all lose their asshole?
Yeah. What? Just nothing but cheek.
What happens to all of the...
Yes! Where will our poos come out of?
You burp it back up.
Like that, like the South Park episode?
Wow, you guys really hate that we call you the second city, don't you?
Yeah, maybe we're a little bitter, but we still have assholes, so...
Yeah, how do you like it?
Sounds like you guys aren't going to be it sounds like you're the city of big shoulders and bigger assholes. I don't like this.
Yeah, that's what the Windy City means. It's from the...
It's from the wide open gaping assholes that just emit just a large wind throughout the entire city.
Yep.
Let's
see. PETA... Oh, that was, sorry, I wasn't doing a Family Guy impression. I'm actually referring to the organization, PETA.
God damn it.
PETA's back in the news. I'm over here at home scratching my head and I'm thinking, what did the new Animal Crossing game come out? Oh, guess what? It did. That's right. Every time there's a new Animal Crossing game or a new Pokemon game, PETA gets angry. So they released an article here. It's PETA's Vegan Guide to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, typically Animal Crossing is a very animal-friendly game. You live in a town with all your friends who are animals. However, you can go fishing and catch bugs. So this article does take the time to remind us that fishing isn't vegan. You shouldn't fish in real life. So you shouldn't fish in the game either. And it's also not okay to catch bugs. It says from butterflies to wharf roaches, your island is a bustling home for various insects and other little animals. Let's keep it that way.
This almost sounds like the Pokemon issue of, in Pokemon, they have, there's the Pokemon, the monsters that are pokey, and then there's just like normal fish, and it's like, well, all of your friends are animals, right? But you're still going out and you're fishing and you're eating animals. Like what are you expected to do with that? You're eating your friends.
So while this article doesn't outright demonize the game, it does give you some alternatives here. Instead of fishing, you could perhaps smash a rock, or eat an apple, or sell an apple, or
this sucks.
Plant an apple tree.
Asterios, you ever play the what's this game called again? Animal Crossing?
The Pokemon game? Yeah, I've played that. My favorite Pokemon is, of course, Ray Romano. Double Dash Deborah. Romano.
A lot to unpack in that little impression there.
Yeah, he's got several moves, obviously.
Right.
What are those moves?
Well, as I just said, double Deborah dash, which is when he runs away from Deborah, knowing that he's done something wrong.
Oh, the wife.
The wife, Deborah. Deborah. And then, there's his like call for help move, which is Ma. This is where he calls for his mother, and his mother. He doesn't see that his mother is annoying, but like Deborah does. And it's like, yikes. But you don't see it when it's your own mom. That explanation is in the show too. And the video game. But of course, I'm a huge fan of the fact that like you can now use a megastone to create Ray Romagna. Which is just a gigantic, he's like, Ray Romagna. But it's clear that they've just upscaled the same sprites and they've just changed the shaders.
The same animation.
It's the same animation. It's like, hey, you guys have a license to print money. Like, why are you still using the same sprites from like Pikmin of Ray Romano? But, I don't know, the Pokemon Company, you don't got to work hard when you got a good property, I guess. Anyway, I'm pissed off about it. I might dox some people over it.
How about the other game, though? Have you ever played Animal Crossing?
Oh, that? What did I try? Yesterday I went out and I went out to the pharmacy to get some shit. And I was like, you know what? Because I haven't taken Srirancha on a date in like months. I've saved so much money. How about this? How about I'll go to the Best Buy? Because Best Buys are an essential business. In New York, Best Buys are an essential business because they sell telecommuting equipment. And liquor stores are an essential business because otherwise, like, all of our alcoholic cops would fail to function. It's like, you got to give them their go juice or they'll kill you. They'll kill you. They have guns. They'll kill you. So I went there. I wanted to get one of those Animal Crossing and Nintendo Switches. And they're sold out as fuck. And they're like selling on eBay for like $600. This is how much of a boomer I am. I just thought you could just like walk into Best Buy and like pick up 5 of them. I didn't know this was a thing you had to like trade in your firstborn son to get. Like a teal colored Nintendo Switch that comes with a game where you get to do chores.
It's a new world, man. It's a new world order.
Yeah, do you guys have that? Do you have the Animal Crossing Switch? Did you get that?
I don't have it.
My girlfriend has it. I have the regular, boring old standard gray Switch.
Yeah. So I said to myself last night, all right, if I can't get like the fancy Switch, I'll just get a regular Nintendo Switch. I go on eBay. Even those are selling for like way over asking price. I guess everyone had the same idea during the coronavirus. I'll finally get a Nintendo Switch. And like now they're tough to get. God damn it, I want one. But no, so no, I've never played Animal Crossing. I played Stardew Valley for a little bit, which I like, but like I played it. I'm just like, I could just be like cleaning my room. Like, why am I cleaning like my digital room? Like, it's like, ooh, it's a time to plant corn for the winter. It's like, or I could do my job for money. Like, well, like, why am I making this little? I feel like the more I make this little kid's life better, the more I'm making my life worse when it comes to these fucking farming games.
Fuck,
yeah,
man.
I'm beginning to have the same issue.
You just gotta treat your job and your life like it's a video game. And that sounds lame, but you sort of gotta do that. You gotta be like, oh, I got, however much points in my bank account and I lifted however much weight, so +5 strength. You gotta do that. It's the only thing keeping me sane right now.
Well, I do owe a bunch of money to a raccoon. Does that help? Does that count?
I guess. Yeah, sure.
That's an Animal Crossing reference. Who here got it? Raise your hand if you got it.
I'm raising my hand.
Did you both get it?
I'm raising my hand, yeah.
Okay, good. I've never played these games, but I know that. I know conversational Animal Crossing, boys. I know it.
Hey, that's all you need to get by in life. I am a netrunner.
In the chat actually has a good correction here. Tom Nook is not a raccoon. He's a tanuki.
Not a good correction. That's some nerd shit.
Isn't that a raccoon?
Kinda.
It's Japanese for raccoon.
Yeah,
don't you know?
Japanese for raccoon? I mean,
Nico's in the chat typing.
She's typing. We're gonna figure out.
We're about to get an absolute hellfire response here.
Yeah. This is gonna be good.
In the meantime, though, speaking of video games, the punishment here is, yes, you can fish and catch bugs in the new Animal Crossing. However, because they complained about it so much, Nintendo is going to issue a DLC patch into the game that allows you to murder and eat your neighbors.
Oh,
that's good.
So,
we call that the Rand Paul DLC. Oh my god!
If he pulls through,
as part of the Rand Paul DLC, getting infected with an infectious virus that's killing thousands, and then going swimming in the congressional swimming pool,
then going swimming in a big pool. Like in New York City, they closed down all the private residential gyms. Yeah, not that my building has a gym anyway. It's got a bicycle in the basement that you can beat up with a bat until you get tired. But like, if I had a gym, it's just like, well, let me use no. But like, fucking Rand Paul's allowed to go swim 40 laps.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Nico follows up by saying, no, tanukis are their own species of raccoon dogs. So now we're all enlightened. Now that we've
the word raccoon is in there, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
She's yelling from her room. Obviously, none of us can hear it.
Let's move on. I want to talk about this one. This is a New York Times. Yeah, right. I wish. This is a New York Post article, yet again. Influencer reportedly hospitalized with coronavirus after licking toilet. So, Asterios, you said that you were into this toilet licking business, that you're making money off of this.
Is this one of your peers?
Yeah.
I think they're talking about me. I'm calling you from my hospital bed.
Oh, that is you. I'm looking at the picture here.
Yeah, today's modern ICUs just have an SM57 microphone built into them because everyone's got a podcast now.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm in here. It's not good. You know what I mean? But hey, there's never been a more important time for content creators. Wait, one of you guys tweeted that, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Wait, what of you guys tweeted during the coronavirus? Someone going hey, it's never been a better time for you to listen to my podcast. Wait, what was? You know what I'm talking about?
That was probably Kevin. I feel like he's more active on Twitter than me right now. I'm sort of a little step back from it.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking hysterical. God
Thanks,
damn it.
man.
I keep getting these, I got an email today from Plex. Plex, the service that allows you to steal other people's property. And they're like, hey, we get it. We know that times are tough over here at Plex, so we've got a deal for you. If you want to subscribe to Plex Plus, we'll give you a month free. And it's like, you exist. Your entire rationale is stealing. And now you're trying to use the fact that, grandma's dying to get more money out of me? So long story short, I'm a Plex Pluser now, and it is better. It's better throughput, higher quality. I love it. I keep getting emails from donut shops I went to in 1991, and they're all like, "We just want to let you know that we're washing fucking everything. Our asses have never been cleaner. Forget what they're doing in New York. It's rim job city over here at Donut Hut. Guys." At no point was I wondering whether or not Donut Hut was clean. Of course it is. What? I was in. No. I just assumed that my donut places are dirty as fuck. Thank God you. Now I'm wondering, what, were you not clean before? Why do you got? That's like when a guy comes home and he was like, "Don't worry, baby, I wasn't out there cheating on you at all." It's like, why are you bringing that up? Now I'm suspicious.
If not the donut places, what else can we trust?
I find this hard to believe. New York City dirty? This sounds impossible.
Yeah, I know. And it's weird. It's like I'll be out, just getting coffee, going about my business, just, not changing my life at all. And there's all these people out there just going about their business, getting coffee, not changing their lives at all. And it's like, hey, assholes, get inside. It's a pandemic.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a pandemic here. Hey, I'm in New York.
It's a spicy pandemic. Hey, yo.
Well, speaking of spicy pandemic, so this TikTok personality known as Lars with a Z, posted footage of himself in a hospital bed on Sunday. I tested positive for coronavirus. The 22-year-old who goes by the social media handle Gay Shawn Mendes, who earlier on Friday posted a video of his tongue running across a public toilet as part of a bizarre and widely criticized coronavirus challenge, which, really makes you, appreciate being an American.
It really makes you think, actually.
Yeah.
What is he? He's saying something about society here.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm too dumb to figure out what it is, but
he's sort of like a modern... Oh, go ahead.
I think what he's trying to say is follow me on Instagram. And that's what he's trying to say. Oh, by the way, God damn it. So today I go to myself, all right. Because all these people are doing the concerts on Instagram. And I'm like, I'll try to fucking watch a concert on Instagram now. I'll try to do it. It's just it's like the world's worst DJs are all doing DJ sets on Instagram Live now. And they're all they're going stay strong. We'll all get through this together. Drop the beat. It's just guys, at no point have I turned to you for solace or comfort. At no point. It's time for one of my classic fireside DJ chats. Oh my fucking God.
I just love that's like the least effort type of thing because, there's some good DJs out there. There's some talented people that know what they're doing, but there's a lot of real bad ones out there that, the whole shtick is you just hit the play button, right? So you're listening to something essentially you could just pop over to Spotify and listen to. Or jump onto YouTube and just hit your own play button, and you don't have to see a douchebag in a fucking snapback doing it, hitting the play button for you.
That's a really fucking good point. It's entirely digital. And the worst part is, like, so these DJs are playing music out of speakers, and then their phone is across the room, and it's picking up the DJ speakers with their phone microphone. It's like, do you know less about technology than the rest of us? Isn't your whole thing that, like, I plugged a shoebox into a radiator and it makes this clicking sound? Like, listen to it on the iPhone 7 my mommy bought me. Like, get an aux cable. Are those only found in Ubers now? Get a fucking aux cable. Like, light up the night, guys. This is your time.
I'd say that's a fitting punishment, actually.
Get an aux cable?
Yeah. If you lick toilets, get an aux cable and shut up.
Yeah, shut Jesus. Fucking Christ. I got Mowgli, the band Mowgli. There was like something today. It was like the band's in town streaming special. Mowgli's there. Oh, and they're doing so much fucking patter between songs. They're just like, yeah, you know, I didn't go outside. You didn't go outside either. Yeah, we might not go outside for a while.
These fucking celebrities. God damn it.
Yes, exactly. It's like, hey, assholes. Play the fucking music. And the mumblecore movies that come out about the coronavirus. Like, there is someone shooting a mumblecore movie right now about, like, neighbors that fall in love by sharing the fire escape. And it's going to be called Social Distancing.
It's like Mark Duplass.
Yes. The fucking Duplass. Yup.
The chick from Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. There's going to be a whole thing where, like, they never talked in the elevator, and they never talked but now they share a fire escape, and they learned that they got things in common. But it's social distance. It's going to be shot with a color camera set to black and white. It's going to be, oh my fucking God. Here's the worst part about this coronavirus thing, because, like, yeah, look, it'll pass. It's bad for a lot of people, but it will pass. Eventually, we are going to romanticize this in, like, a disgusting way. We're going to be like, things were actually pretty cool during the coronavirus. There was no FOMO. We all stayed in. We had picnics on the roof. Like, it was kind of like our time. Like, everybody's living out their, like, Anne Frank fantasies right now. And it's just, like, disgusting. It's going to be worse, boys.
Honestly, as soon as this ends, I'm going to start licking toilets again. So
I know. I miss their sweet taste.
I don't know about you guys, but I for one am very excited to find out how I commit suicide due to everything that you just fucking said. Yeah. I can't, like, this is why I've used Twitter and just social media in general less than I've ever used before, because it's just I can't handle it. My brain can't fucking handle it. It's too much. It's the worst, and it's just getting worse.
Yeah. I know it's gonna be really, really fucking bad. There's gonna be a whole podcast about this that's gonna be called, like, Coronavirus Chronicles, and it's gonna be like, these two people met during the coronavirus. They didn't know. This couple was about to divorce, and then the coronavirus hit, and then the coronavirus helped them get back together. This dad was always at work, but now thanks to the coronavirus, he finds out his kids are darn douchebags. Like, it's gonna be this is going to be terrible. The worst part of the coronavirus will be the post-coronavirus content. I can get through this that's happening right now. I don't know that I'll be able to get through, like, a Spotify original series. That's right. We got Amy Schumer, and she's seen what stand-ups did during the coronavirus.
Oh no!
I couldn't hit the clubs anymore. I couldn't hit the clubs anymore. I couldn't hit the clubs. I couldn't sit in the back. I couldn't sit at the comics only table down at the Comedy Cellar. What do we do? Oh, God damn it! Jesus Christ!
You're absolutely right, dude. It's gonna be absolute shit.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. Look, we'll get through this. I don't know that we'll get through what comes next.
We'll have to weather through it, man. Eventually, people will get tired of it and shut the fuck up, I assume.
Now might be a good time to segue to Key to the City so that we talk about some lighthearted stuff that's positive and good and happy. Yeah,
speaking of that, I got one here. This was sent to me by about 10 different people this week. Right. As you know, we here on Thought Cops in Neo Chicago, we love Jepson's Malort. We love the taste. We love the way it makes us feel.
The smell.
So the owner of Jepson's Malort has now begun making hand sanitizer. So if you like the taste of Jepson's Malort, the hand sanitizer might actually taste kind of similar.
It's probably the same thing.
Yeah, it could. I mean,
they probably just up the amount of alcohol. It's probably the exact same thing.
I mean, honestly, if you got a bottle of Malort lying around right now, I'd recommend
washing your hands.
Washing your hands as soon as you get off the blue line. Just pour it all over your hands. Get off the train.
That's not what you do already?
I mean, I wasn't this desperate before, but now, you wise up. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and, boys become men. So my key to the city this week goes to Malort for saving the world.
And it's about time. Asterios, do you have a key to the city this week? Something positive that shines a light on the world, this dark, dark, cruel world that we're all living in?
Yes. So, a lot of video games are like, look, we'll give you shit for free. Just don't go outside, okay? And I kind of like that. I play this game, Heroes of the Storm, and they were like, look, all of our characters are now free, even the ludicrously overpowered ones that immediately win you the game. Just please don't go outside. And it's like, I could fucking do this. Oh, and my CBS All Access subscription just ended because I forgot to change my credit card number. And I was like, well, maybe this is how I'll cancel CBS All Access. I just won't update this till they leave me alone. And then fucking Patrick Stewart, a couple of days ago, he was like, I'd kind of prefer you all stay inside because I'm old. So all of Star Trek Picard is free. Just don't go outside, please. So that is kind of nice. How some of these companies are coming through and they're just like, here's a bunch of free shit. Just can you please not kill the human race? And it's like, that's a fair deal, guys.
I mean, shit, I'll take it.
Yeah, so I like that. Like that's kind of cool. Yeah, bribe me. Bribe me into good behavior. Bribe me. Do it. Bribe me.
So let me get this straight. Your key to the city goes to corporations.
Yep. For bribing me.
Fair enough.
That's fine. Also, we're about to all get our $10 too. I can't wait. What are you going to spend your $10 on?
Tendies.
Fuck yeah. Good job. Good answer.
Thank you.
I was going to buy a Nintendo Switch, but I guess those are more valuable than Guzzolene in the Wasteland now.
What TV show is that from?
That's Guzzolene is that's a reference to the what is it? The Road Warrior. The
film.
Yeah, the film. Yeah.
So that's not something that aired on UPN in the afternoons.
I mean, it might have on Saturday afternoon. They might have aired Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome in syndication.
Yeah, fair.
But it's
fair
no The Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer. No, it's no Homeboys from Outer Space. It's no episode of Star Trek Voyager where The Rock fought Seven of Nine. It's not part of UPN proper.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Encyclopedic knowledge.
Is there anything else I can tell you guys about UPN while we're here?
I mean,
the United Paramount Network?
I never knew what it stood for.
The United Paramount Network. That's exactly... Yeah, they were trying forever to get their own channel, Paramount. And then fucking the WB came out and he's like, I'm a frog, it's the WB. Now let's watch a daughter and mother be friends. It's Gilmore Girls. And then you'd look at him, but he would just be a frog. And you'd be like, I'm telling you, this frog was just talking about the Gilmore Girls and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He said he said that Angel was getting his own spin-off. And you'd be like, yeah, sure, you're crazy. You're off to the nut house with you loon. And then as you're being taken away and handcuffed in a straitjacket, you're like, no, I'm telling you, he was real. And then all of a sudden, he'd be like, now we got a sitcom where Bobcat Goldthwait is the voice of a puppet. Happily ever after. Yeah. It's like, goddamn.
Grant, were you going to say your key to the city goes to the UPN frog?
No, it's the WB frog.
I as soon as I said it, I realized it was wrong.
You're going to trigger him.
What's wrong with you?
Leave him be.
The WB, Warner Brothers. Michigan J. Frog is a Warner Brothers character, like Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck or Tweety or Sylvester.
I'm sorry, man.
This is not complicated.
Listen, I get it, all right? I fucked up.
This is the part of the episode where Asterios throws all of his Gundam characters at you.
I have a lot of Gundam OCs. I have this one ship that's more. It's almost entirely guns, and then it's like a little tiny jet part. There's like one rocket and 900 chain guns. God damn it! It's so weird because like with some of those Gundams, they'll be like, "This is all about the horrors of World War II. Oh, war is hell. War is horrible." And then some of them will be like, we're all playing soccer over here. There's this one Gundam from Mexico that's got a fucking sombrero over here. And it's like, hey, Gundam, pick a tone. Like, is war supposed to be hell? Or because there's this one Gundam where there's like an American Gundam that eats French fries. And it's like, hey guys, what do we try to say with these robots? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Grant, what are they trying to say?
I think that they're trying to say that their key to the city this week goes to the company Boober Eats, which is like Uber Eats, but it's with I guess adult entertainers that dress scantily clad and they deliver you your food. Really, truly the heroes of 2020.
Like, I feel really bad for like gig economy workers like strippers right now because they are all independent contractors, like so they can't file for unemployment. So Portland, like a bunch of Portland, but the thing is, if you make food, you can stay open as long as you deliver the food. So some strip clubs in Portland have food licenses. And so this one strip club made a thing called Boober Eats where like strippers will deliver you food. And it's kind of like, it's better than nothing, but it's still kind of like a sad indictment of our system that it's like, okay, you can continue to have the money to live if you deliver food while wearing nothing to delight the global media.
It's giving people jobs.
Those booby girls are giving people hope, just like that horse.
You know what? The entire adult entertainment industry, I would argue, is probably single-handedly propping up our entire economy. And if we were to put all the porn stars and all of the strippers and everyone out of business, I bet that the economy would crash harder than it's crashing right now. You can't have a society without those things. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree because it's like, well, where are stockbrokers who don't want to go home to their wives going to dump all their extra money?
Yeah.
In the strip clubs. And then what do strippers do? Buy clothing and makeup and pay their rent and pay their college tuition so they can become doctors. It's kind of like you give money to the strippers and it eventually works its way back through the economy. You give money to the stock market and it just stays in the market. That's why we all got to go down to Scores when this is over and get some economic stimulus, if you catch my drift.
Oh, I'm ready to get stimulated.
Oh, hell yeah.
Speaking of stimulation, this week's Thought Cop's word of the week is coronacel. This comes to us from our friend Nico. Coronacel. This is someone who is celibate as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. You can't go out. You're stuck alone.
Can't fuck.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
It's
You can't
depressing.
even eat someone's ass anymore. Sad.
What's next? First, they came for the asses.
Yeah, something that's bothered me about this whole thing is, do you guys know that meme where there's like a kid with a samurai sword and he's just like, and now that hell has come to Frogtown, you dare ask for my help? It's like, he's like, while you were having premarital sex, I was studying the blade. And it's like, well, the end of the world is happening. If that kid's not getting laid, then all those memes were a lie. So, like, what's going on, kid? Are you out there getting laid? I want to hear from Sword Kid, is what I'm saying. I want to hear what's going on with Sword Kid. Because, like, if hit
him up
truly,
on TikTok.
If it's his time, it's like, then I owe that kid an apology.
You can always just give one out just in case.
All right. I'm sorry, Sword Kid. Is someone eating chips?
I was, no.
Yes, you were. Were you eating chips? You can just admit that you were eating chips. It's okay.
I had a cracker.
Okay. Well, do you think now is the best time you could be having that cracker?
I was personally hoping that it wouldn't pick up, but apparently my home setup is just too good.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Sriracha told me that you got a better microphone. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Before we get to our final segment of the show, Asterios, plug all you got, man. Social media, podcasts, whatever you have. Sure,
yeah. Look. If you want to hear more from me, you can listen to the Loudest podcast. Loudest podcast on the internet. It's just a show where me and my co-host Sriracha go on crazy ass adventures each week. Like, we've been to the world's largest parrot festival, Parrot Palooza. We have been to a terrifying sober-delic party where people like try simulated non-drug drugs. We have been to a Garfield-themed pizza restaurant called Garfield Eats in Canada, not once, but twice. And, and then also my co-host definitely drunk drove the Millennium Falcon at Star Wars Land. And if you want to just kind of hear more about us having crazy ass adventures, you can follow the Loudest podcast on Spotify or Google Play or YouTube or iTunes or wherever. Just search for the Loudest podcast.
And Asterios, where can we find you on Twitter and Instagram?
And you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Asterios and on Instagram at Instagram.com/Asterios Kokkinos. And I'm on YouTube as well, youtube.com/Asterios.
All right, let's hit those voicemails.
Hi, boys. It's me, Barry.
Hey.
And I have an amazing original idea for you.
Yeah.
What if you guys were thought cops spelled THOT?
Oh my
I know,
God.
right? Please don't steal. Hi, Asterios. You're sweetie. And if Sriracha's there, you're pretty and I love you.
Ooh.
You're sweet.
Have a nice day, you guys.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for the voicemail.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
It's
and
a good idea.
She actually, at the time of this recording,
right.
made that drawing for us. We'll link to it on social media. We retweeted it on our Twitter at Real Thought Cops. Find it there, and you can also find all of her artwork at stuff. It is at _berries and cream. Check it out.
As in the letter N.
Hey, Thought Cops, IoNetrunner here, and this week my 2 minutes of hate is this thing we're all doing where we stay home, and it's, what is it? Is it social distancing, self-isolation, quarantine? I hate when people call it quarantine because that implies they have something and they should not be going out at all. So when my coworker says he's home at quarantine because he just got back from the Middle East, but he's also talking about grocery shopping and walking his dog, that's not quarantine. I mean, I'll admit it. I fucked up. I'm naming my push-up videos Quarantine Push-Up Challenge,
right,
when really it should just be Isolation Push-Up Challenge or something like that. But this is like on a nationwide scale. People are like just mixing up all these terms and nothing means nothing. And anyway, stay home, listen to Thought Cops, don't go crazy, do your push-ups, tune into Brandon Kirkman's stand-up show every Tuesday at insert
I like him getting all his
on
plugs
Twitch.
out.
And
all his plugs
thanks,
for
guys.
Other stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been doing a push-up challenge in the #Lifts Discord channel in the Thought Cops Discord. Kevin, you haven't done your push-ups yet.
Am I supposed to be taking a video?
Yeah.
Is that the whole premise?
Yeah. You take a video of you doing push-ups. That's it.
All right. I'll do it.
Does that mean you're going to do them?
Yeah.
Asterios, you want to join in on the push-up action?
Fuck yes, I will. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I think we're all on day 5 right now, but you can get started anytime you want. It's the Thought Cops Discord channel, and it's the Lifts channel.
Well, I'm fucking in. I'm gonna do some goddamn push-ups. This sounds fucking great.
Nice.
Thought Cops. I have a Corona Chan related complaint about the internet.
Yeah.
Have you seen those fucking, always like some New York Times or The Guardian or some lib shit journalist posting an article that's like, actually, coronavirus is not that big a deal. All you gotta do is report it home and here's some money. It's just a little inconvenient. Okay.
Hold the phone like up to your mouth.
Are you guys having a hard time hearing this?
Is she eating her phone right now?
Yeah.
Because this is how we all got the coronavirus. I'm just letting
She
you know.
swallowed her phone. It's in her stomach.
Stuck in your house with a job and stuck in your house without a job. Your parents got you a job at some fucking shit rag, lib shit, fucking hunting, faking shit newspaper that no one fucking cares about except other blue check marks from New York. People are dying. Give me your money. Give us your money. No!
All right, she's in the chat. Says she was being quiet, so I couldn't hear her leave that call.
Well,
okay,
that's true in 2 ways. Really makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Asterios, it's Super Bowl Tech again. You know, when's Mambo number 6 coming out? You waiting until April 1st before releasing it? I mean, that makes sense because it seems like something you've released on April Fool's Day. There's got to be some type of ETA because I really need the money right now. I have no job at the moment, and, you know, if I ever try to get one, I can put you down as a reference. You know, how does that sound? I mean, you know how lucky it would be if someone added songwriter to their resume? Especially if a song that became a huge hit? You know, you did this before with Custis Carols, and look how that turned out. You got years of marketing experience under your belt. Isn't it about time you use it to promote the shit out of it? You know, like put it on iTunes or Spotify or Bandcamp or something. You know, since this is a parody that many people have been clamoring for years now, why don't you also make a cool YouTube video for it? You know, maybe try to rip off Rucka Rucka Ali by making a slideshow, pictures of every single reference with sing-along lyrics in the bottom of the screen. I mean, I'm serious, man. This really needs to be hit number 1. I need the royalties because no one in my small-ass backwoods shithole of a town, quote-unquote, is hiring. They weren't hiring before, and they're definitely not hiring now. This is a fucking coronavirus. Oh, speaking of corona, you know the thing I hate the most about it? Is the most fucked up coincidence ever. It is unfortunate enough to share its name with this awesome Italo house band from the 90s, also named Corona. They had a huge fucking hit back in the day with the Rhythm of the Night. I fucking love that song. It's like one of the quintessential Eurodance songs. And you know, just for that, I'm sending the scientists who came up with that retarded name to pay $1 million bajillion to the band Corona for not only infringing on their trademarks, but also the patent suffering caused by targeting their fuck COVID-19. Please, Asterios, for God's sake, release Mambo number 6 already.
Asterios, care to respond?
Okay, that's a listener of mine named Super Voltateca. And we did a YouTube call-in show where I've been writing Mambo number 6 with just the entire YouTube audience. It's just like, call in. It, like, everybody just pitch lines to Mambo number 6, and if your line gets in, you'll get a cut of the royalties. We're gonna have a big premiere for Mambo number 6 in a few weeks. That we have a Canadian guy who's created like a composition for it, and I have like about 100 pages of like crowdsourced lyrics from people, and so yeah, Mambo number 6 it'll be out in a few weeks.
How long is Mambo's number 6 going to be?
It's going to be 8 minutes long. I'm not kidding. It has like so many different sections. And at one point it becomes about like all the monster girls he slept with. He'll be like, a little bit of Bride of Frankenstein in my life, a little bit of Dracula's wife. And like, so at some point it becomes like the monster mash. It's got a lot of layers. It's going to be a big deal, Mambo number 6. And then incredible. A lot of it is just Lou Bega dealing with his sex addiction, where he's just like, I can't have intimacy. It's why I go after all these girls. Like, they're nameless, faceless girls to me. I think I've hurt a lot of people. But then, of course, there's that great horn part. So It's just, so, it's not all, it's got some for everyone, this song.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Hello, it's John's mom.
Aww.
So, just checking in, make sure everybody's safe and sound, and make sure everything's going well for y'all. So,
yes, Miss Heather.
Me and Kyle. Kyle, say hi. Hi. My boyfriend, we are all booze cruising, not talking to anybody, having some drinks. Now we're having some wings. But I do have a story to tell you because your thought cough when John was little. One time I got pulled over and he started screaming at the cops.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Fight the power.
Crime Stoppers. That's what it was. It was so fun. Anyways, I hope you all are doing well and take care of yourselves.
Thanks, you too.
I've talked to Zwick's mom before.
Yeah.
She talks about her boyfriend a lot. I wonder if that guy's real.
This is the first I've heard of her.
Yeah, I didn't know she had a boyfriend.
Yeah, she's always like, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that, my boyfriend. It's just like, you're talking about your boyfriend a little too much, Mrs. Wick. I'm just putting that out there.
She's going to lose 6,000 followers on Twitter if she keeps talking about her boyfriend.
That's exactly right. Someone's going to report her Twitter account.
Yeah.
And get it shut down.
Hey, Thought Cops, it's me, Spaghetti. Just calling in this week to ask, you guys like Ween? The band Ween?
Yes. Never listened to
them.
them.
No? Hopefully, yes.
Never listened to them.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, well, that was it.
Yep, I like Ween. I saw them like 4 years ago.
Asterios, do you like Ween?
Not really. I know I'm supposed to. Like, apparently they're like, they might be giants for grown-ups. But I've never gotten into Ween. And now that like I have unlimited time at home, I'm still not going to get into Ween. I don't know what. Ween guys are as pushy as they're like as pushy as like Grateful Dead guys, or what's that other Fish guys? They're just like,
it is a little bit. Ween. Yeah, I'm not like that hardcore, but there are. Yeah, it has a weird cult like fan base for sure.
Yeah, it's just like, the more you talk about it's like, if you want me to be into Ween, you're going to need to get cooler fans. Because I don't want to emulate your current fans, Ween. I just don't.
Are fans of Ween, are they called Wieners?
I don't think so.
Oh, missed opportunity.
That is a missed opportunity.
Big time.
All right, guys, I'm recording this while I'm in the Discord.
All right.
And I'm hearing Sriracha talk right now. So, Asterios, your girlfriend gave me a very fucked up anime to watch for this quarantine thing.
Yep, that's her.
And I'm really struggling. I watched one episode because it's like about a boy that inherits like a mansion with a horde of maids that are dedicated to molesting him.
She showed me this once.
And it's very disturbing, and I tried to watch one of the episodes when I was high, and I couldn't do it. So I'm just gonna watch them while I'm drunk as fuck. All right, Asterios, keep it together, man.
Well, I didn't know that the murderer from No Country for Old Men was a fan of you guys.
Big fan.
Yeah, he listens every week.
Because he loves Thought Cops. Have you ever heard a podcast that was so good? Has everything ever been on the line for you to listen to one podcast? Thought Cops. Sriracha's doing this thing where she's assigning people to watch animes while they're all cooped up inside. And she showed me this show before. It's like Richie Rich, but if instead of living in a mansion with like a fun robot maid and his best friend, he lived in a mansion with like 50 pedophile maids who all wanted to have sex with him. And he does not want to have sex with the maids either. Like, he's always running from them. So it's like this weird, it's awful.
You fucking anime people. I can't wrap my head around you fucking anime people with your fucking anime addictions, and you like to watch little anime boys get little molested by little anime maids. I don't understand it. I don't get the compulsion. I don't understand why you people do this to yourselves and why you're constantly trying to do it to me. You fucking anime people.
Yeah, they like intentionally look for garbage. And it's kind of like, there are bad movie people out there too, where they're like, oh, you got to watch Troll 2. Like, you got to watch Krull. Oh, this movie's so bad. But it's like, none of the bad movie people are like regularly watching incest. I mean, maybe there's like a small percentage of these bad movies that has incest. But I'm going to tell you right now, I doubt those are Joe Bob Briggs approved. Like 95% of this bad anime is like, this kid got molested. Isn't that hysterical? And it's like, what? Maybe we just tell them that the coronavirus never ended so they can just stay inside. You know what I mean? Maybe we just maybe inside is just where they belong. We're just like, it's real bad out here. Yeah, you can't come out here. Oh, we're all dying over here. What are you watching? Some Boku no what? Yeah, okay. You just watch it. Just watch your garbage. Don't you get it? I'm watching it because it's bad. It's like, it sounds like you have mental problems then. Okay, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when someone yells at me, I fall in love with them. Yeah, no, I get it. Your wires are crossed. My parents withheld affection from me, so now anytime someone withholds affection from me, I just chase them. No, I understand. You're broken. Enjoy your crunchy. Maybe you'll get free Crunchyroll weeks during the coronavirus. Crunchyroll should just go free to watch forever just to keep these people indoors.
For the public safety.
Yes, exactly.
Not just the virus, but...
No.
We're all better
well
off.
After the virus is gone. Good news, anime fans. Now Crunchyroll delivers food straight to you, too. Just make sure to not talk to people, and you can watch all the fucking... this is the DPRK you want, you fucking freaks.
All right, y'all. Well, that's all the voicemails we got this week. If you want to leave your own, I recommend it. 312-788-7361, or you can send us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Asterios, thanks for coming on the show again, man.
Thanks for having me.
You're a fan favorite here, and we love you. And next time you come to Chicago, let's go off and do another show once this pandemic passes, of course.
I can't fucking wait.
We'll all do shots of Malort.
It's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, later, boys.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Stay clean.
Stay clean indeed.